I've expressed my disappointment with Aramusha in passing a few times in these past couple of months, secretly praying that they would buff the hero that I was most excited for all the way back when we saw those leaks for the Season 4 heroes and he was rumored to be called the Ronin. And as Aramusha was released, he was quickly thrown to the curb since Shaman was in her prime and causing havoc in the community. So to most, Aramusha was a below average hero with a pretty annoying moveset. Over time, people got better at the game and no longer struggled with Aramusha and his fainting shenanigans, and it really started to become obvious that Aramusha was just not that good of a hero. And today, I think he's one of the worst heroes in the game, which is unfortunate because the concept of Aramusha is just so cool to me. This quiet rogue samurai with the dual katanas really had me excited, but he's just been completely ignored since his release, and if anything, he's been unintentionally nerfed a few times, taking away his quote-unquote very good dodges. On console, as with any other fast attacking hero, if everything isn't going smoothly, you'll get hit, and sure, his light spam can catch you off guard if you're not paying attention, and he may be able to connect with his deadly feints every once in a while, but anyone who isn't parry happy or greedy and can block can shut down Aramusha's options pretty easily. He has trouble against bashes with his short range dodge and no sideways dodge attack. He moves really slow, which may look cool, but while there's heroes out there like Warden who require you to play with a little space between you two, it makes it really tough to create space without back dodging, which is super risky. He has a tough time forcing reaction out of his opponents. Outside of his zone, he feeds revenge during team fights. His blade blockade, which could have been really cool, isn't worth the risk most of the time. I mean, sure, it has a few cool quirks to it and it's useful against certain attacks, but it's almost always more beneficial to go for a parry since guard breaks bounce off Aramusha's heavies shortly after it starts. It is useful while fighting against spammy opponents since you can buffer it mid-combo to catch lights. I think Aramusha does suffer from the same thing a lot of the other weaker heroes suffer from, and that's a lack of any decent opener. If you make the mistake of using Aramusha on PC, you're in for a great time as you try to land any attack on your opponents, because if your opponent decides he doesn't want to try and parry, then you're just out of luck. Deadly feints can catch greedy parry gods, but if they play it safe and block, then you're in for a tough time. Unfortunately, in For Honor, I think a hero has to have a really safe attack or bash to get through your opponent's defense, and Aramusha, Lawbringer, or Shigoki don't have one. And I mean, that's just a problem with the game. I don't think that will ever change. I mean, technically Aramusha does have a bash in his kick, but it's stuck behind blade blockade, which could be a really cool attack to use from, I don't know, a dodge or a soft feint. It may look silly, but I'd take an ugly looking kick over nothing any day. Or maybe take his ring the bell attack and allow him to use it rather than a deadly feint. Again, it wouldn't be pretty to look at, but it would add something to his infinite chain. I understand why they took away his 500 millisecond dodge in order to, standardize the dodge recoveries for everyone, but I really feel that he should have kept his and just bring everyone else to 600 milliseconds. He can barely do anything after his dodges anyways, so at least allow him to punish bashes that he predicts are coming. Now, considering that Yubi is still working on the Marching Fire update and probably will be working on it after it releases, I don't see Aramusha getting looked at anytime soon. I hardly see anyone use him, and the only time I see him being discussed is when we start talking about bad heroes. I want Aramusha to be a good hero. I feel like he was just sort of rushed, to be honest with you, because he's just so bare, and it seems like all the focus for that season was creating the Swiss Army knife and Shaman. I mean, he can cancel a whiffed heavy's recovery with a dodge, and cancel a whiffed left heavy's recovery with a zone, which is cool, but I'm not even sure if it's intended, and honestly, I'd kind of be happy if he had more stuff like that. I get that Aramusha is pretty good against newer players who barely have a grasp on the game, and he may be good against players who just don't take the game seriously and just want to have fun, and he's kind of good if there's lag involved, but if you're trying to honestly use this hero, you're at a disadvantage. Now, we're supposed to hear about the future of For Honor in a couple days here from Yubi, and I'm really hoping they talk about what they plan on doing with all the current heroes. As I've said before, I know that this game can't be perfectly balanced, and I know that the chances of this game becoming a tournament fighter or anything are pretty much non-existent at this point, but all I want is for all the heroes to be viable against skilled players. Anyways, that's all I got for this video. I've seen a lot of you guys ask me to talk about Aramusha recently, so that's what I wanted to do today. I've got 2 more videos planned to go up before Marching Fire, but one of them could be made completely irrelevant after Thursday, so there might be only one. Also, Black Ops 4 is coming out this Friday, and I was surprised with how much fun I had in the Blackout beta, so I'll probably be sinking a lot of my time into that. Anyways, I do want to hear from you, so tell me how you feel about Aramusha. Are you like me and think he's pretty bad? Or do you think I'm wrong and say Aramusha is actually good? Let me know down in the comments, and as always, if you like the video, feel free to leave a like and stuff if you're new, and I'll talk to you guys in the next video.